It's not that complicated.
No. It's simple. 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 Simple.
I'm gonna keep this really simple. Underwater is a science fiction horror movie about a group of scientists at the bottom of the ocean as they are terrorized in their research laboratory by strange creatures. Underwater is the third feature film by director William Eubank, and it's written by Brian Duffield and Adam Kozod, who have also just worked on a few screenplays themselves. This is a creative team of relatively inexperienced filmmakers, yet you wouldn't be able to tell this while watching the movie. Underwater is a very entertaining movie, and I'm going to be the umpteenth person to make the comparison to Alien, as well as the more recent movie Life with Jake Gyllenhaal and Ryan Reynolds, which was also compared to Alien. While Life felt like more of its own thing, Underwater is pretty blatant with its tributes to the classic space horror film. From the opening titles being spaced apart just like Aliens, the visual similarities between Ripley and Nora, and a scene where a few individuals inspect a nasty looking foreign creature, there's a lot of alien love to be found in Underwater. But there's also a few new and original ideas in this film, as well as some truly suspenseful scenes that will have you gripping your armrests. As far as the cast goes, everyone does a typical serviceable horror movie job. No one really stood out to me, which is fine for a movie of this class, and the characters all had just enough depth for me to be somewhat interested in and fearful for them. The story is pretty straightforward, but like I had mentioned, there are some truly thrilling scenes in Underwater, and the movie does a great job of tapping into that primal fear of the unknown horrors of the ocean. The film occasionally falls into genre trappings and cliches, but for the most part, the characters act pretty reasonable given their circumstances. Towards the end, I really enjoyed the Lovecraftian angle that the film ended up taking. The score by Marco Beltrami and Brandon Roberts mostly fades into the background, at times slightly highlighting the on-screen tension, but never to a degree that really stood out to me. One of the weaker aspects of the film was the camera work and lighting during scenes that take place outside of any indoor research facility. The filmmakers were obviously going for some realism in regards to the murky ocean texture, but sometimes it was so hard to make out exactly what was going on or where each character was at a given moment that it took me out of what were supposed to be very suspenseful and frightening moments. On the flip side, I enjoyed the film's use of ultra-wide angle lenses and slow motion camera work, and it gave the film a unique visual flair. Another element that surprised me was the film's ability to push the envelope of the PG-13 rating in the violence department. Obviously, there weren't any lingering explicit scenes of gore, but what the film was able to achieve in terms of making me wince and cringe was pretty surprising when you think about how restrictive the PG-13 rating can be. Overall, I was pleasantly surprised and entertained by Underwater. It was suspenseful, very well paced, and stylish to boot. I'm going to give the film 3 out of 5 stars. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this review. Please hit that thumbs up button to see more videos like this, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest reviews. I'll see you next time.